Good morning and welcome to the Sunday service. This morning, as usually, we are going to practice meditation. First, after meditation, Venerable Chanda Sara is going to give a Dhamma talk. So right now, Venerable Panyaloka is going to lead the Metta meditation.
You all are welcome to the Metta meditation, loving kindness meditation. Feel free to sit in a comfortable place. It could be against a wall, on your bed, or on a chair. Relax your mind. Relax your bodies. Take a deep breath. And reflect upon these loving kindness thoughts. May my mind be filled with the thoughts of loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity. May I be free from enmity. May I be free from ill will. May I be generous. May I be gentle. May I be relaxed. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy. May my heart become soft. May my words be pleasing to others. May my actions be kind. May my beloved parents, teachers, Dharma teachers, brothers and sisters, friends, well-wishers, and enemies also be free from enmity, ill will and grudge. May they all be happy, healthy, and peaceful. May all beings everywhere have happy minds. May no one deceive another, nor despise anyone, anywhere. May no one wish harm to another. towards all living beings. May I cultivate a boundless heart above, below, and all around. May all beings be released from suffering and attain peace. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. With these loving kindness thoughts, practice the metta meditation silently. When you hear the bell, open your eyes and experience the present moment through awareness.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Venerable Panyaloka, leading the Metta meditation. Right now is time to give a Dhamma talk. Today our speaker is Reverend Chanda Sara. Let me say something about Chanda Sara. He born in Bangladesh, and he come to the Sri Lanka, I believe 2004, 2003. He come to Sri Lanka, joined with my temple in Sri Lanka, and he studied there. He went to Sri Lanka, one of the good university, and finished his first degree. Then he went back to the Hong Kong to his master degree. He finished Hong Kong, his master degree, and he come to the Los Angeles for his PhD degree. He's studying right now at University of West Rosemead. And he joined with us 2019, I believe, to IBMC and helping us so many ways. Chanda Sara, it's right now time for you to give your Dhamma talk.
I'm paying my homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. I'm grateful to the abbot of this temple, Venerable Heavenly Shanti, and other Sangha members here, and then our technician, Mr. Ashan. So welcome back to the IBMC. Today, I have thought of speaking or discussing the mirror of Dhamma that is included in the sutta called Mahaparinibbana Sutta. This particular sutta is found in the Digha Nikaya, where usually long discourses are found. So the mirror of the Dhamma is only one way to understand the reality. So there are many innumerable methods to come to enlightenment. So we have to remember that this is only one way, one method among many. So depending on personal choice, personal capacities, we can follow different methods to come to the enlightenment. A brief discussion, a brief introduction should be made to this topic. The mirror of Dhamma means like we reflect on our practice to understand where we are in the Dhamma. As we do with the mirror, you know what we do with the mirror? When we wake up early morning, we clean our face, we fix our face by looking at the mirror. In the same way, we use this method to reflect ourselves, to see how much we have improved or cultivated in the Dhamma. This particular Dhamma was preached because one day Venerable Ananda and Buddha, when they were staying in a village called Nadika, Venerable Ananda asked about many bhikkhus, monks, and nuns, and the lay people who lived in Nadika before, and now they all died. So Venerable Ananda asked the Buddha, "Oh, Venerable Sir, what is their rebirth? What is the detail of their hereafter life?" Then the Buddha continued explaining the details and hereafter life of many monks, nuns, and the lay people. For an example, we see there monk whose name is Salha. Buddha described about Venerable Salha that he completely eradicated defilements, craving. As a result, he attained the supreme enlightenment. He attained the enlightenment, completely eliminated or eradicated suffering. Likewise, the Buddha was, like explaining, detailing many lives, many stories, many instances of people who died, who practiced the Buddha Dhamma and died, and like they are hereafter life. Finally, Buddha told Venerable Ananda, death of people, human being, is not a marvelous thing. It's not new. We take rebirth and die. That is normal. That is usual. That is your nature. And if you come to me and ask about people who died, it will bother me. It will make me weary, tired. Therefore, Buddha preached this mirror of Dhamma. It is better to practice the Dhamma and see yourself where you are in the Dhamma. That's how we got this model of Dhamma called the mirror of the Dhamma. And there the Buddha said, anyone who possesses the mirror of Dhamma or who use this mirror of Dhamma, they can claim to themselves that they have fully, completely sealed their rebirth in the lower realm, in the lower level of rebirth. For an example, animal life, animal sphere, etc. And also, they can claim that they have attained the first stage of enlightenment. That is what we call Sotapanna, or stream entry. So let's see, what is the mirror of the Dhamma? The Buddha said there, anyone who has established faith in the Buddha, in the Dhamma, in the Sangha, and who is endowed with the noble precepts or Aryakanta Sila. I will visit some of the qualities of the Dhamma and Sangha. So when we talk about the triple gem, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha are connected. So it's clear. Prince Siddhartha, ascetic Siddhartha, became Buddha after realizing the truth of the Dhamma. The Dhamma, what is the Dhamma? Dhamma is referred to the Paticca Samuppada, or dependent co-arising theory. So only from the analytical understanding of the dependent co-origination, we understand the Four Noble Truth. So if there is no, if we cannot find Four Noble Truth from the analysis of dependent co-arising theory, that means the explanation of the dependent co-arising theory is lacking. That's why we have to be very careful when we look at the explanation and interpretation also. Let's see some of the qualities of the Dhamma. Swakato Dhammo, Bhagavata Dhammo. The Dhamma of the Buddha is well explained. That means the Paticca Samuppada Dhamma is very well explained by the Buddha, because Buddha, he himself understood the Paticca Samuppada and then he preached this Dhamma, he explained this Dhamma well. That's how we find Sangha who followed this Dhamma and liberated from suffering. Next quality of the Dhamma is Sanditthiko. That means we can experience, we can realize the Dhamma in this very life. This is the characteristic of the Dhamma. So once we start practice right now, at this moment, we realize the truth. And if we practice, if we understand the Paticca that means we understand the full truth. If we understand the full truth, that means that is the end of suffering. So the Dhamma is realizable in this very life. That is why there is the Dhamma of the Buddha is very unique. Akalika, timeless. When we practice now, we can experience this. So Sanditthika means in this, we can experience, we can realize in this very life. And Akalika means timeless. We can practice anytime and we can experience the effect or the results of the Dhamma. Ehipassika means come and see. So this is all one very important, because Ehipassika means inviting to come and see the Dhamma, come and see the Paticca Samuppada, because we can experience in this very life. The doctrine in other religion, they say, they cannot say come and see, because they say we experience whatever we do, good or bad, in the next life. Okay, so in that situation, we cannot say come and see. So there we have to say go and see. If you live well, rightly, you will be born in a eternal heaven. So those results and benefits all are we supposed to gain only after that. But the Dhamma of the Buddha we can experience, we can realize in this very life. That is very unique of the Dhamma. And we have to experience, as a practitioner, we can experience in this very life before we die. And the Nibbana should be realized in this life before that. We have to be liberated. We can liberate if we follow the Dhamma rightly in this very life. So, and the next one is, I'm going to explain only some of the qualities. Paccattam veditaba vinyohiti. It can be understood by the wise. Here, wise means the Kalyana Mitra, or noble beings who have learn the Dhamma from other noble beings, and they, Yoniso Manasikara, they contemplate on what they have understood, the truth, and then the practice. Okay? So those people are called wise people, opposite of Ayoniso Manasikara. So regarding the Sangha, I have to explain a little bit more, because I see the Sangha, the term Sangha has different meanings, several meanings. One is describing the group. In the Buddha's time, we can see that when we look at the description of other religious leaders who have many disciples, so we used to call those groups as Sanghi, Gani, Ganacharya, leader of the group, the teacher of the group. There it means the group or community. So we find here in America, we use the term Sangha to community, to group of Buddhist, to a particular Buddhist group, maybe to certain group who are practicing certain practice. But here, in the qualities regarding the Sangha, these qualities are pertaining to the disciples of the Buddha who have realized the truth. So here's Mainly in the Pali tradition, we divide Sangha into two. One is Savaka Sangha, and the Savaka Sangha means the disciple, the hearers of the Dhamma, the hearers to the of the Dhamma preached by the Buddha. And the second one is Bhikkhu Sangha. The second one, Bhikkhu Sangha, refers to monks and nuns. The monks and nuns can be either enlightened ones or ordinary monks and nuns. But in the first category, whose qualities we usually chant, and usually the part of the triple gem, those sangha, to those sanghas, four groups of individuals belong. First group is bhikkhu, the monks. The second group is nun. The third group is laymen. The fourth group is lay women. So those four kind of groups are special groups who have gone beyond the worldliness that is called putujana, which means we perceive ourselves and the outside world separately from other people. That's why we see differently and we are unique. We are understood as a unique person. So, and these four kind of people or groups of Sangha belong to a group who has attained to one of the four stages of enlightenment. The first stage is Sotapanna, stream entry. The second stage is Sakadagami, once returner. The third stage is Anagami, non-returner. And the last stage is Arahantship, that is the complete liberation from suffering after fully perfecting the eight factors of the middle path. So when we chant the qualities, or when we learn the qualities of the Sangha, that means we're learning the qualities of those and those noble disciples of the Buddha who have practiced the path prescribed by the Buddha through realization with right understanding, right view. And when we study these qualities, we try our best to apply into our life to cultivate those qualities. That means we are also motivated to internalize the qualities by practicing the Dhamma. So some of the qualities can be visited here. The Sangha quality. Let's say Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. The disciples of the Buddha have come to the noble path, Supatipanna, a good path, Patipanna, attend the good path, the noble path, Supatipanna. And I will take another one is Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha. Nyayapati means like the knowledge, the wisdom, which is opposite to ignorance. The Sangha of this category have realized the truth. And in the Sangha in the first level of attainment, they have reduced the ignorance to a certain level. That means they have eradicated the first three fetters of 10, Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikiccha, and Silabbata Paramasa. Only after eliminating those first three fetters, a person attained the first stage of emancipation. So even in this the qualities of the Sangha, it explains what are the 4 categories of disciples. And let's go back to the last category of the mirror of the Dhamma, that is the Aryakanta Sila, the noble Sila or noble precepts. What is the noble precepts here the Buddha taught? We have to, it is better to understand what is the noble precepts. So noble precepts here, if we say noble precepts, this is not an alien kind of precept. This is not a special kind of precept. This is the 5 precepts. Why these 5 precepts become special in the sense of noble? Why it becomes noble precepts? It is not worthy. We have to understand, we have to see, we have to examine, we have to analyze why this is noble precepts. Why the noble ones, like the Buddha and the enlightened people, or the enlightened people, like they praise these noble precepts. So we have to examine. Sorry. When we look at, there are 7, usually there are 8 qualities of the noble precepts. When we practice the 5 precepts in terms of noble precepts, in the way the noble people have practiced these 5 precepts, there are 8 qualities. If we have these qualities, that means we are one of those who can claim that we have sealed, or we have stopped our rebirth, next life, in a lower realm. There's, maybe we can say, hellish state, or animal state, or maybe unseen, some kind of unseen ghost, spirit world. So the first quality of the noble sila is akhanda. Khanda means tearing away or cutting. Akhanda means complete, perfect. The 5 precepts, when we protect the 5 precepts, if we can protect the 5 precepts completely, perfectly, it becomes a noble sila, noble precepts. For this, I'm going to take an example of white cloth. So let's take a simile of white cloth. So if we tear the white cloth, it becomes completely broken, or it becomes completely torn away. It's like it's not perfect now. After the white cloth has torn away, it becomes imperfect. In such a way, if one of the 5 precepts is broken, or by a person with intention, there should be intention, and then it becomes a khanda, and it does not belong to a noble precepts anymore. I will give example for this. If we directly kill animal or another human being, steal, that means we completely break one or more of the 5 precepts. That means we are far more ahead to the noble precepts. The second one is achidda. Chitta means making whole. That means For an example, if we make a hole on a white cloth, it also becomes, like the value also loses, degraded. Sometimes it cannot be used as it would be when it is fine, when it is perfect. So the intensity of the chitta of the making whole is, like lesser than completely breaking one of the five precepts. So this is a gradual improvement or cultivation towards the enlightenment. So we start from complete breaking, then we stop completely breaking, then we make our five precepts perfect and complete. Then next we look at if there is any holes, something wrong or minor wrong um, in the precepts we protect. So for an, I'm going to go very quickly because I have to concern the time. I will give example. Um, in this case, making whole to the sila means we do not directly break the sila, but we cause to break sila by, uh, um, asking someone. For an example, I want to eat chicken. I ask someone to kill chicken for me. I tell him, because I don't want to kill. I think I'm protecting sila. I don't want to break my sila. But if I tell someone to kill and prepare for me, that although I do not commit completely, I do not break the first precept completely, but I break half. How I cause someone or I ask someone to kill chicken, and there I break half. I mean, like half. That's how I make whole um, in the sila, similar to making whole on the white cloth. The next quality of the noble sila is asabala. Asabala means like patches or like a spot. Sometimes when the cloth becomes old, we see spots, um, like gray color, different colors appears. In the same way, our our sila also can happens in that way. Why is that? um, I will give example for this. When we know someone, and when we see someone, when we know that person is unkind, violence, and when he sees some insects or animals, and we have intention that we want to chase away or hurt something or some living beings or some other people. So what we do here, for an example, when we see a snake, we pointed to the snake and we tell someone, oh, see, look at there is a snake. I know what the person will do when he sees a snake. He will rush and kill the snake. I know what he will do. Knowing this, I show him the snake. So he will definitely, or sometimes he will definitely hurt or kill the snake. That's how I make sport. I make sport on my sila, on my precepts, just like appearing spot on the white cloth, making sport. And the next quality of the noble sila is a kammasa. Kammasa means like blemish or black, making black. Like when the white cloth get wet and, for like couple of days, and after a few days we see black spots starts to appear. In the same way, when we can cause someone, or we can cause someone to break or to cause how can we use this term? I mean, like we damage our sila. We damage our sila through someone else or through some devices. Um, for, in this case, when a person knows that his friends are engaging in, like wrong deeds, like drinking alcohol, like some other intoxication, and he knows what he if he helps, if he gives money to his friends, they will drink, and they will drink intoxication. That is the breach of that is the breach of one of the five precepts, the last precepts. So he thinks his giving money is kind of motivating the other people, his friends, towards intoxication. So what he does, he refrains from giving the money, knowing the consequences, knowing the results, knowing the behavior. So that's how he makes his sila pure. That's called akammasa, making the sila pure, opposite of black, opposite of blemish, making blemish, similar to making blemish on the white cloth. The next one is we call a Buddhista. I think I should stop maybe after one or two qualities. Next one is Buddhista. That means the translators have translated as the free sila. It, when we just take one meaning, direct meaning, it doesn't have any sense. So here, free sila means, free precepts means we have to protect sila, we have to protect five precepts or at least one of the precepts, like without external influences. If I protect sila for the fear of, like my teacher, my parents, the community, and the consequences, and then the sila I protect cannot be fully meaningful, because I do not protect sila willingly. Instead, I have to protect the sila because of influence, because of fear of consequences, that someone would despise me, someone would insult me. That's how I protect sila. So that particular sila cannot be complete. So in order to complete, in order to make the sila perfect, we have to protect the precepts of sila with our willingness, with our understanding, with our right view. That's how our precepts become free. And it is said that the enlightened beings, the 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 sila or the virtue of enlightened beings become automatic. They don't have to take effort. It becomes their part of life. So it becomes a free sila. The next one is aparamatha, not association of craving and ditthi, wrong view. So we have to protect sila, void of craving to be born in the hell, and with the wish to be born in the heaven. A noble disciple protects sila, not to be born in the heaven, and not to avoid the fear of being born in the hell. So that's why the nature or the sila of the noble people are very perfect. So when we look at the like the gradual the step by step, starting from like completely breaking, half breaking, and then damaging to the precepts, we see like there is a gradual development. That's how the Buddhism leads. Like from like gradually leads to enlightenment, and for someone it's like directly leads to the enlightenment after hearing the paticca samuppada dhamma. So it depends from person to person. So we can, that's why I first I mentioned like the mirror of dhamma is only um, one method towards the liberation among many methods. I will keep the last one, last two, because we have to explain the last, particularly the last one. We have to explain a little bit, and it takes time, and it's also very important. So if I get time next time, I'll discuss. I will continue from this. So I'm leaving now for the question and answer session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. And any question, any comment?
It seems we don't have question. Maybe we can. No, no, I need it. Okay, thank you, everyone. It seems we don't have any question. If you have any question, you can just leave message to IBMC so that we can, back to the questions.
I have a question, Chanda.
Oh, we have question, yeah.
Thank you very much. You talked about partially breaking one of the precepts by knowingly giving money to someone who might use that money to drink alcohol and become intoxicated.
Right.
I sometimes become conflicted. I will see a homeless person in the community, and I will offer them money. I will give them money, and I don't know for what purposes they're going to use that money.
Right.
So I still sort of do it out of sort of a sense of compassion, I guess. And yeah, it's I don't know. Could you speak to that? I don't know. It's kind of.
Thank you so much. You said like you don't know what they will do, and you're just giving for with the compassion. That is great, because you don't know what the person is going to do, and what you did is like you just contributed. You just with the compassion. You think it's like helping someone to live for another day. So you don't know what the person is going to do. So that means you have good thought. You don't have to think what you have given. So there, it's not a worry for you, because you have done a great job, and you don't know what the person is going to do. So so you don't have to worry. You are good. You're fine. But if you only know that, for an example, we know people when we associate, for a long time, maybe for a couple of days, we know what the person is, and especially we know our friends, when engage in something that is not supposed to be, and then we know when we support, when we give, that will be motivation for my friends to continue that kind of activities. Then it is better to just keep silent, and then not to help them, and that's how we can fully protect our precepts. It doesn't make any damage to it. Just does not cause any damage to our precepts. I think this is helpful to you. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? That raises a really interesting issue in my mind. If you're giving some money to somebody who's going to buy some beer who's homeless, haven't you relieved their suffering a little bit? I mean, have you brought on some sort of bad karma? Because maybe a beer or two will add a lot to his experience of life at that point.
Okay. I think I hope I understood your question. If I do not answer your question, just let me know, okay?
How much are you creating bad karma by helping somebody alleviate some of their suffering? If you're homeless like that, maybe a beer or two really adds a lot to your experience of life at that point, I guess is my question.
Can you, sir, can you repeat a little bit, voice?
Have you created bad karma by giving somebody money that they're going to buy alcohol with?
Okay, that means like
since you're alleviating their suffering to a small degree.
Okay, and there you have to weigh the results and the results and the consequences. Suppose like if someone is going to going to commit suicide, and you need some kind of help, you need some kind of help to offer at the time, and the help you are offering is little bit damaging to your precepts, but you're still going to help the person to prevent from suicide. For an example, you said like whatever you can give, maybe some kind of like intoxication or something like that. It is a great help, saving life, but again, you have to remember like you still break your precept to a certain extent. I'm like not completely breaking, just making sport on making impure a little bit. Again, but there are, we have to, it's contextual, but you have to know the results. You have to outweigh the results of your health and then the results of the activities you're doing. And you're saving the person, you're good, and here you're making your precepts, your good thoughts, like a little bit impure. But that is that's okay, because you are not such occasion will not come always. Maybe once or twice in life. But next, here you can continue still practice, make it perfect, because we all are imperfect. That's why we are human beings.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I think we have to start chanting. It's almost 12 o'clock. Thank you, Chanda Sara. Thank you for everybody again. We'll chant the page 4 and page 10.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to save them all. Deluding passions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them all. Dharma gates are limitless. I vow to study them all. Buddha's way is supreme. I vow to attain it. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and the sick find health relief. Neng di du khong duk po kap o nya di nyai dang du chung sang nyai kong Sai Pada Neng Di Du Kong Duk Po Kap Unyadi Nyaidang Duchung Sangye Nyaikong Sai Pada Neng Di Du Kong Duk Phổ Cập Unyadi Nyaidang Du Sung Sangye Nhai Con Ai Pada Om Mani Padme Hum.
Thank you for everybody again. Thank you, and all the monks and Ashan and everybody. Next week, Reverend Kusala is going to give a Dhamma talk. It's coming Sunday, February 1st Sunday. I think the February is coming Chinese New Year. Asian summer, Lunar New Year. We used to celebrate it here. I don't know. We cannot celebrate, but we will talk a little bit either next week or after next week sometime, I think the February 13 or 14, we'll talk a little bit about the Lunar New Year. However, all the power of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, you all be well and happy. Thank you again. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.